So we want to look at tags. We use tags when you want your report, you want certain thing to show in your report. You want to filter your report based on certain criteria. In this example, we're going to use cost center as that, right? You want your tag, you want to have your cost center so that you can see the expenses that is going to productions, expenses that is going to admin, expenses that goes to sales. So you want to track them based on that. How do we add tag to our account under Zoho Books? Let's quickly see how that works. So go back to your settings, all settings. So down here you have tags, and you can also make use of this search box here. You have name tag and create. Since we don't have any tag already, let's create the first tag, and we're going to make it what? A cost center. Cost center. And you can put description here, any description you like. And so this cost center, what do you want to, this report, this cost center, what report level do you want this to affect? You want to attach it to what? Sales, from which department, purchases, tag, and inventory. So you want to enable it, so you select what you are creating the cost center for. It means cost center will be applicable to purchases, journals, and inventory. You can also remove journal if you like. So it just depend on what your client wants. That will determine where this tag will be used. Then, how do you want that to work? Do you want it at transaction level or at line level transaction? So as we move on, you understand what transaction level. This means that we are going to do the practical when we get to the place. The transaction level means that if you have 5 rows, you want each is at the bottom. All the 5 row is at the bottom that you want to assign tag. That's the meaning of this. At the bottom, you want to attach the tag, which is the location. But if you select at line item level, it means every line item you create, you must add tag to it. So you're going to see that when we get to server. Then also, you want to associate that to customer or vendors. You mean the cost center? You want to track the customer, the vendor based on that, and the rest. So you want to mark it as compulsory. You want to mark it as a compulsory that every time you do, you must tag it. You want to mark it as a mandatory, you check this small box. Otherwise, you can leave it out. Right? So, oh, why is this not working? Okay, I think because I selected something here. I think at this point, let me check this. Okay, so I can enable this now. So for now, I can enable it. Before, when at this point, I cannot enable that. So let's do this. And let's say, Walaikum salam. Then, if you want to mark as configure as whatever, you do that. So let's save this. So we have created this call center. So now let's add the options we have here. We have different options here, right? We have production, sales, this and that. You can copy this. Let's see if it works like that. So sorry. If it works like that here. So you can just come here. You can type one by one. Productions, add option, add that. And then you can do import options too. Okay, let's see. So I can quickly enable this logistic management. Okay. Logistic management. I'll come here and paste that. Admin. So this is our cost center for this company now. Sales. Oh, sorry. Admin was not cut out. sales. That's options. So now it means that we can now view our report. We have created tag. Once we post in our report now, we can now select report based on each of these whatsoever. So that is how tag work. Sometimes also people use tag for branches too, right? You remember, if you don't have location, I'm going to explain something about locations. If you are using premium and below, the location has limited thing that you can do, right? So, and you have up to like 3 locations. So can go to Zoho Books pricing. So you have 3 maximum transaction location here. Maximum of 3 locations here for Zoho Books Premium, right? Maximum of 3 locations. But for Elite and for Ultimate, you have up to like 10, 8, and 15. So you can increase that. You can have 8 or 15 locations. Why this is loading? So some people, so if you cannot buy, so those who cannot actually buy higher version, so this is premium and it has up to like 3, just 8 locations only. That's locations. Okay, location is not showing up here. Let's compare the all plan, and you can see here we have the locations of the 8, and these 8 include real branches. You can do real branch management here. This is just for transaction only. Anything under premium is just for transaction only. It means it has limited activity that you can do with this. You cannot transfer goods from one branch to another in this with this, because it doesn't come with inventory additional what do you call it, advanced inventory. So if you have a client that has need for advanced inventory, right? It has branches. You can see here, you can see there's warehouse management here. But here there's no warehouse, even though there are locations, you cannot manage warehouse. All those adjustment to warehouse, you cannot do that. You cannot do commodity items, you can't produce. You only can only do buy and selling from premium and below. You can only do buying and selling only. You can't convert your goods to another thing. So those are the basic difference in that. So some people use cost center to create you use cost center to create branches too. So next thing you do is to mark as ready. Once you mark as ready, it's now ready to be used in your account.